Hello again. So today we are learning the third in our series for this week, which is actually number 8 in the basic 10. It's part of the side kick series. It's the first 2 exercises in that series, which are called front, back, and up, down. So before you begin, you may need some props to help you with this one. You need a pillow or a rolled up towel. You could also use a ball if you have that available to you. So to get in position, we're going to lie on, let's start out on the left side. So we're lying on the left, stretching the body long on the mat, as long as you can go, keeping your shoulder here, your armpit, and your hip in line. Then we're taking the legs forward to about a 45-degree angle. So as you pull those legs forward, you kind of reach your butt back behind you. Now here's where your pillow or your ball may come in. You're picking your rib cage up off the mat. So you've got a little bit of a space between the mat and your body. Now that's kind of a challenge for most people to hold that on their own. So you could take your rolled up towel or your pillows so that you've got some support there to keep you lifted, right? We want to stay lifted because look what happens to the hip if we're down here. We've got this crazy kind of angle where if we pick up, we've really got some support from underneath so both sides of your waist are working. This one I'm calling the kickstand. So you put your kickstand down on the mat, your left hand is behind your left ear. We pick up that left foot, just hip height. We pull that foot forward, pulse, pulse. We point the foot, we reach it back behind, and we pull it forward, pulse, pulse. Now my left heel is really reaching down into that floor to help keep me stable as my right leg is moving around. My left leg is helping me to stay stable. The hips are staying stacked, so as that leg comes forward, we don't want to tip the hips forward. As that leg reaches back, we don't want the upper body to tip forward. So we bring the leg forward, everything else stays stable, we reach it back, everything else stays stable. And we pulse, pulse, and we sweep it back. We push that right hand into the floor to give you some upper body, give you some support, and don't forget to reach that left heel down into the floor. All right, so we rest that right foot on top of the left. We turn out from the hip. We dissect the instep of the left foot with the heel of the right. We flex the ankle. We kick that leg up. We keep it turned out. We bring it down. We flex it up. We can point that foot to bring it down. And we flex it up. We point the foot to bring it down. Then we reverse it. We point the foot. Now that rotation is coming from way up here. So you're not seeing any change happen in the knee or the ankle. The rotation is all from up here. Again, we're keeping those hips stacked. We're not tipping forward or back. The kickstand is here for support. And the bottom foot, so the heel on my left, is really reaching into the floor to keep my legs stable. All right, so we're coming up, swiveling around to work the other side. So we're lying on the right side. We're gonna stick our pillows underneath for support. Right hand goes behind the right ear. We're a nice straight line. Then we pull those legs forward. We reach the bottom heel, which this time is the right heel, into the floor. So I've got this rotation happening all the way from the top of my leg through the bottom of my leg. I pick up my right leg, hip height. I bring it forward, pulse, pulse. I sweep it back, and I press my kickstand, my left hand into the mat to keep me stable. I'm reaching the heel of my right foot into the mat, into the floor again to keep my lower body stable. I'm resting my head in my hand, and I'm lifting my waist, using the pillows for help with that. And I'm pulling that leg forward and reaching it back. We pulse, pulse when we pull it forward, which stretches the glute and the hamstring. We're also pulling it forward without scrunching the waist, right? So we keep that waist nice and long. We pull the leg forward, reaching your butt cheek back behind you as your leg comes forward, and then we sweep it back. So we reach the butt back as we pull the leg forward, and we sweep, and let's get one more. We pulse, pulse, and we sweep. Okay, now we dissect the instep of the right foot with the heel on the left. We press our kickstand into the mat. We flex that ankle, we kick it up, we keep that foot turned, or that hip turned out as we point the foot to come down. We flex the foot up, we point to come down, and we flex it up, and we point it down. So the hard part is to keep that rotation coming from up here, so you shouldn't be feeling anything in that knee. Your knee and your foot just come along for the ride. We reverse it, we point up, we flex to come down, and we point to come up. And you'll start to feel this lovely little thing happening back here in this outer thigh or this hip. Feeling some work, feeling it warm up, feeling it wake up, and let's get one more. We point it up and we flex it down. Okay, beautiful. So take a little recovery. Maybe give your hip a little stretch on each side. And keep practicing this one. Add it to the previous ones that we've been doing. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next one in our series of Basic 10.